Governor, nice to see you and welcome to our nation's capital.
It is a fun place to visit.
Well, there's a lot going on here, a lot of hot topics. I suppose you've seen the fight in the House of Representatives over who's going to be the minority leader, whether it's now Speaker Pelosi or not.
They'll get it all sorted out. And my focus is on getting those newly elected members of the legislature to really go to the front and not have to go back to the back. And there was a powerful message sent on Tuesday. We want you going up there, get this spending under control, get this government pushed back into that little box we call the Constitution, and allow the states to be the laboratories of innovation and competition.
Do you think that the Republicans will be able to achieve that more easily or less likely if Speaker Pelosi is the minority leader?
Speaker Pelosi has been a lightning rod. And again, I'll let them figure all that out. I know that the issues are what's really important here, and that's to stop the spending, to get our tax structure back in place where it doesn't punish job creators, and let the states, whether you block grant the Medicaid, Medicare. I even touched on my book, Fed Up, about Social Security. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's broke. My children in their mid-20s, they know this thing is no good.
I don't mean to jump ahead, but that's actually the word you're using, Ponzi scheme, in describing Social Security and compare it to the Madoff crisis.
Yeah.
All right. Now, before we even get to your book, lots happening in Mexico over the weekend. Not a surprise, but at least 20 more murdered.
5 Texans lost their lives last week, and including a Texas National Guard troop in Juarez who was killed. And my question to this administration, how many Americans have to die on that border before you really understand we need boots on the ground, a law enforcement presence, National Guard troops, Predator drones flying in the air, that technology that those pieces of equipment have to give real-time information to our law enforcement, to the local police chiefs. We know how to secure the border, but this administration and frankly this Congress have been abject failures, and have been for so many years now. But we're seeing our citizens being killed, and this is unacceptable.
It's sort of interesting, though. The big fight seems to be whether we seal the border and have comprehensive immigration reform at the same time, or we do it in 2 steps. Does it even matter? I mean, we're in the process of debating it, we're getting nothing done.
I think it does matter. I don't think the American people trust Congress to do them together. I think they expect them to see that border secure. They want to see the law enforcement presence. They want to see those drug cartels driven away from that border. Then we can have a conversation about how to reform the immigration laws so that we have a free flow of people. Mexico's our #1 trading partner. This is really important for Texans to get it right, but we've got to secure that border first. That is the first order of business.
Secretary of Homeland Security Janet Napolitano says to me, and I've looked at her statistics to back it up, I mean, they are deporting more than ever before. They've got more boots on the ground than ever before, but the fact remains is that we don't seem to be getting ahead of the problem. Do you have a suggestion?
Yeah, I've got a suggestion. I've asked for 1,000 National Guard troops since January of 2009, and all we've heard from her has been a chortle from time to time, and to say, listen, if you want National Guard troops on the, send them yourself and pay for them yourself. That is an irresponsible statement for a federal agency head to be saying when we see American citizens losing their lives. It is absolutely irresponsible for them not to have the troops. I mean, sending 230 of the 1,200 that they were going to send to Texas, that's nonsense. We have a 1,200-mile border. 12 of the 1,800 miles is in Texas. That's where you've got to focus the work and the people and the resources.
Have you been able to reach out to President Obama on this issue? I know they passed him a note in Texas recently on the tarmac, but
look, this president knows what's going on. I mean, reaching out, we reach out, and hopefully the American people reached out last Tuesday and sent a clear message of, we don't like the direction you're headed in this country. If you want to have a chance to serve again, you best start listening to us. And one of the things that's really important to Americans is their safety, and that border with Mexico needs to be secured.
Do you think he understands that and he's going to do something different?
We'll have to wait and see. We haven't seen any indications yet that they're doing anything different.
All right. The book, Fed Up. First of all, I was there's many things that surprised me in the book. I had never sort of compared California to Texas, two states that have a lot in common and very different in terms of their situation right now. You have an unemployment rate of just a little over 8%.
Yeah, 8.1% today. Yeah, Art Laffer did a very good comprehensive study just this last year between California and Texas. It's a powerful piece of work. The tax structure, it boils down to four things. Don't spend all the money. Have a tax and a regulatory policy that's fair and predictable. Have a legal system that doesn't allow for oversuing, and continue to fund accountable public schools. With the message there is there's a skilled workforce if you want to expand or you want to come to the state of Texas. 153 businesses just since the first of the year, Greta, have moved out of California to Texas through September.
California's a horrible problem with money. I mean, there's no secret. I mean, we constantly doing reports asking whether California's financially going to fall into the Pacific Ocean. How are you doing in Texas?
Well, we have a balanced budget amendment in the state of Texas. Our bond rating is one of the highest ones. Our per capita debt is $520 per person. That's it. Compare that to the federal government that's $42,600. And California, which I want to say is like $1,800, $1,900. New York, $3,200. So our per capita debt is very low. And we'll have a balanced budget at the end of the day without raising taxes.